everybody, welcome to Result Report Season 3, Episode 5. Today I'm going to be talking about the NBA playoffs and the Eastern and Western Conference Finals with a berth to the NBA Finals on the line. I've got my Tyrese Halliburton Pacers jersey on. Go Pacers, but I try to keep it as least biased as possible, which I do most of the time. Anyway, so what we witnessed in Game 1 at the Garden was spectacular. I think that may have been the worst playoff choke of all time. I've seen a lot of basketball. That was maybe the worst I've ever seen. Pretty bad one. The Ewing missed finger roll. That was bad. 8 points in 9 seconds. That was also pretty bad. But they were both Pacers-Knicks. Anyway, so basically, if you weren't watching it, what happened was the Knicks were up by 17 in the fourth quarter. And then they were up 14 with 2:45 to go, something like that. And then Aaron Nesmith went on a tear from 3. And they cut it to 2. The Pacers had the ball, 7 seconds left. Tyrese Halliburton stepped back. His foot was on the line. He thought it was a 3. Then it hit the back of the rim, had a super high bounce, then went in. And then everyone was stunned. And at that point, it went to overtime. Then the Pacers had momentum. They pulled it out, winning by 3 and taking a 1-0 lead on the road. And the Pacers now have home court advantage again. They have won Game 1 every series. They have taken the advantage early in every series. And see, that's so important. The easiest game to steal is Game 1. But also, it sets the tone. And see, the Pacers now have home court advantage, and it's tough to beat them at home. It's tough to beat them when you yourself are protecting home court. They're actually 5-1 on the road these playoffs. They have protected home court and also defeated other teams on the road. That is unreal. I don't know how to explain it, but that's insane. So tonight, who do I think is going to win? I'm going to go with the Pacers. I probably would not be saying that if they did not defeat the Cavaliers in Game 2 earlier. But, if the Knicks let this stay close, and it doesn't even really have to be close. They had a pretty sizable lead. I thought it was over. Most people probably thought it was over. 14 points, a little over 2 minutes, a little under 3. That is insane. You cannot blow that lead. You have to have a pretty big lead if you're going to be safe against the Pacers. It's tough to beat them at any point in closing games, which is what the Knicks are great at, especially Jalen Brunson. The foul baiting might not work at the end, and the Knicks are in trouble if they cannot get this done. And I think Pacers are winning this series in 5 if they win this game. If not, I think they win it in... the Pacers are winning it 5. This may be at the end of Game 3. I think the Knicks will be tired and exhausted. They will give it all to win everything. That's why it's so important for them to win Game 1. They played awesome, but the Pacers had a better finish. As Karl Anthony Towns said, 46 good minutes, 2 not good ones, and that was how the game ended. So yeah, I'm going with the Pacers tonight. They are going to expect a gut punch as they're going to expect the fire back. And they expected it against the Cavaliers. Did not do well within the first half, but they handled it well coming in at the end, and they came back and won that game. They're winning Game 4. They're losing Game 3. And they are going to win Game 5. I would not be totally surprised if the Pacers sweep the Knicks here. But this is a must-win for the Knicks. If they do not win this game, their hopes for winning the series are over. Completely. There's no way they can win that series. They're going to be tired because of how fast the Pacers play. They're not used to that. Brunson needs to control the tempo. Okay, then in the Western Conference Final, the 1-seeded Thunder and the 6-seeded Timberwolves. I thought the Wolves would steal 1 and that they would split. That did not happen. The Thunder took both of them to take a 2-0 lead. Home court advantage not shift. Minnesota will have a chance to tie the series at 2 if they win both home games. Now, they were both, the wins were by 26 points and 15 points. Now, it was game 1 was when Edwards was not really able to drive. They kind of fixed that. He did all he could, but the rest of the team was shut down. And Randall shot horribly 2 of 11. And you cannot have one on, one off like they did game 1, and then it switched with who was on and who was off for game 2. That's not acceptable if you're going to win against a really good Thunder team, which Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also needs to stop foul baiting. It's kind of getting annoying to watch. But who do I think is winning game 3? I'm going to go with the Wolves. I think last year it was really new having to be under that pressure. This year, they're performing just as if they are under that same pressure. They have folded again. Last year they folded in game 1 and 2. They could have been up 3-2 going to Dallas for game 6. That was a series they totally could have won. Then here, I think the Wolves are going to win. I don't think Thunder have been a very good road team these playoffs. Struggled. They were awful game 3 against the Grizzlies. Only reason they won that game was because Morant got hurt. Game 4, Morant didn't play, and they still struggled. They let Scottie Pippen Jr. get 30. Come on. They're not a very good road team. It's clear. They barely took game 4 against the Nuggets team that they should have beaten 5. The Nuggets have nothing but Jokic, and maybe Murray if he's on. But he is so much for them that when he's playing bad, you should win every game because he means so much to them. You should win every game that Jokic plays poorly in. He needed to have a 36-point triple-double or something to barely beat the Clippers. That is proof that the Nuggets need him so much, and then he shoots horribly against Thunder in game 3, and they somehow find a way to win. Barely took game 4 just because the Nuggets shot terrible. They made a comeback in game 5 at home. Game 6, that was bad second half. They did not win that one on the road, and because they were home, they won game 7. See, home court advantage is huge. And if they play the Pacers, it is likely that at some point the Pacers will steal home court advantage from them. And I don't think they'll be ready. Plus, the Pacers press is crazy. No one else is doing it, and no one knows how to stop it, clearly. I would have thought the Knicks would know. They did not. Then also, part of it is how aggressive you are. Do you want to win the game? Or, are you, playing to score? Or are you trying to run the clock down? If you're playing scared, kind of like the Knicks did, as time went down, you don't really get quality shots that the Pacers could get because they were hurrying it up. And that's what good teams do. They get quality shots at the end. Then, in addition to this, the Thunder, if it was Pacers Thunder, which probably will happen, I think Thunder win this series in 6. If it was Pacers Thunder, then I think that as long as the Pacers can keep it close, they can win this series, definitely. And, if the Thunder if they're up, say, 10 with 5 minutes left, that lead is nothing for the Pacers especially. 10 with 2 minutes left, that is still an easy, well, not easy, but, that is still definitely, they can come back from that. I think the Pacers are winning the championship. Might be a little biased, but they have everything, they have all the pieces they need to win a championship. They have a tall enough rim protector that can make blocks and is good at defense. He can shoot too. They have Pascal Siakam, who can be a good scorer when Halliburton is off, and it's not an on night, but he doesn't have many off nights really. They have a go-to isolation scorer in Tyrese Halliburton who can make shots down the stretch. They have good wings that can defend and shoot the ball well. Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nembhard. They have good bench minutes that can provide with T.J. McConnell on the bench. Halliburton kind of rests a lot in the second quarter. It's consistent. He rests in the second quarter. Yet, they still get good minutes out of T.J. McConnell. Then they have Obi Toppin, too. Jarris Walker sometimes plays. Thomas Bryant can provide great minutes, especially on the defensive end for the Pacers. It's a complete team, and it has been proved that you need depth to advance. It was really proven when the Suns of 2022 played the Nuggets, and they had Durant, but they traded Bridges and Johnson and a lot of guys that they needed in order to play well because of depth. You get tired. The Knicks don't have that. They're going to get tired, and that is why I am saying Pacers in 5. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you're still here. I am Isaac Woodall. This is Resort Report Season 3, Episode 5. Go Pacers. Peace out.